This is Jim Duffy of Refining Fire Chilies, www.superhotchilies.com. And this is our nursery update, May 2nd, 2023. So, what we got going here? Weather has slowed us down from being ready for plant sales. We're trying the best we can, but the weather has slowed us down. And there's nothing we can do about that. We've had nights in the low to mid 40s, and it was raining prior to that. So the pots are wet, the weather's been cool, and chilies don't like cold, wet, damp roots. Chilies like above 55 degrees in the evening, mid 70s to mid 80s in the daytime, and sunshine. That's what they like. So I'm going to take you through a little walkthrough and show you the progress. We're hoping to have some plants ready at May 10th or just after May 10th. We will not have everything ready, and hopefully if you watch this video, I will explain which ones are not going to be ready for a while, because we did have some tray failures. In other words, we didn't get much germination on something. It happens, and we had to plant again. And then we got good germination, but now it's too late. So those varieties will be available later, and I'll explain. Moving along here in alphabetical order, excuse me, I can tell you that 7-pot bubblegum and 7-pot primo will probably be ready at May 10th. Oh, don't pay attention to that label. We're going to put another label over it. That is a placeholder for Ahi Amarillo. Ahi Amarillo are about 1 inch tall now. That's one of the varieties we had to do late. Now, it wasn't because the tray failed. It's because I didn't know if I had enough seeds that I wanted to do a bunch of plants. And then at the last minute, I decided to plant Ahi Amarillo. So we're looking at probably third week in May, end of third week in May for Ahi Amarillo, for those of you who want it. Ahi Charapita is looking good. These are an Ahi Pineapple. These are Ahi Lemon Drop. They're starting to grow. As soon as it gets warm, these guys will shoot up. And then eventually they'll be too tall to ship. Ahi Margaritino, one of the favorite peppers I grew, one of my favorite peppers, period, is pretty much, it's ready to go now. And here's some Ahi Pineapple. And here's Aleppo, another week. They should be close to being ready. I'm going to show you the Calabrian back over there. That's an Italian cherry style pepper. I moved them over to the sun because they were starting to get wilty from having cold, wet roots. So I moved them to a sunnier spot to help them recover, which is what I did with a bunch of plants. I brought them in the greenhouse because Tuesday night and Wednesday night, we will have low temperatures tonight and tomorrow night. And then things go to normal. Mid to high 50s, low 60s at night, 70s to 80s in the day. Then everything will start growing quickly. Okay? Then we have Amnesia. There'll be quite a few of these ready. They're looking good. Ancho Gigantea. Got some in the greenhouse. Maybe ready May 10th. Another week, you'd be surprised how quick these grow as long as it gets warmer. Antepasidoma, which is a large, sweet bell type that has the heat of a jalapeno. Apocalypse Scorpion, regular Apocalypse Scorpion will be ready. Bohemian Goat. We'll have some plants ready. We've got multiple trays on these, so we should be fine. Buchalokia, they're good to go. Over here is a placeholder for Bikino White. Bikino are the little teardrop peppers you get from Brazil. Very sweet. The white variety, we did fail on that tray. We replanted. Got plants under lights right now inside the garage. And so that's looking like a third week of May, end of third week in May variety, Bikino White. We will not be doing the Bikino Red or Yellow. They didn't sell well, so they're out of the catalog. Bismarck, a super hot that's very consistent, extreme heat, maybe one of the world's hottest. We like it a lot. A lot of people like it. I like it because it produces well. It doesn't give you many problems. The blot pepper, one of the 3 large sweet types we will be selling this year. And this is from the area of Russia and the Ukraine, I believe. We don't have an exact location. Might just be Russia. The other two will be Lisa and Orange Lisa from the Ukraine. Those will be the only large sweet peppers. Next year, we'll probably bring back sweet apple. We didn't have enough seeds, so we didn't grow a tray of that. Then we have Buena Mulatta here. And that's a cayenne type that gets kind of purplish and then red. Really pretty pepper, nice flavor too. That's where Calabrian would go, that I moved into the sun. Then we have some Carolina Reapers here. Don't have to explain those. Then we have Chimayo, which is a Native American type. Like I said, as soon as the soil starts getting warm and we have sunny days, not rain, these will take off. They will grow fast. Chocolate Butla looks like it's ready. Chocolate Habanero and Chocolate Reaper. Now, Chocolate Reaper will be limited. We only have 2 trays of these. That's it. Letting you know, we are not going to sell Chocolate 7-Pot Primo or Yellow Primo. We do have some Yellow Reaper inside. The plants are very tiny. We forgot to plant them. We will not be doing Chocolate Primo and Yellow Primo. Why? Because the Reaper and the Primo are so close. It just makes no sense to sell both. So the only Primo we will have will be the red 7-Pot Primo. Okay. Over here was Death Spiral. They did not like the cold weather. They were getting droopy. So we moved our trays of Death Spiral into the greenhouse to keep them warm and cozy. Then we got some Dragon's Breath. Looks like they're going to be close. Dragon's Breath is not one of the world's hottest. It's one of the hottest. Very similar to flavor and heat of a Reaper, but a little bit more productive, and the peppers are a little bit bigger. Then we have an old fan favorite, the Fatali. Got plenty of those, almost ready. The Fish Pepper. Nah, they got planted late, so don't expect them to be ready till probably 3rd week of May. Let's go over here. Then we got Grenada Seasoning, which is a low heat. Sometimes they get hot. Don't know why. Grenada Seasoning. And then we have Habanada, which is a no-heat habanero type, but it's not big like the big sweet peppers. Some more Habanada. And this is what happens when the leaves get too wet and it gets too cool. You get a bacterial issue. So this plant and the pot and the soil will be thrown away because we don't want to contaminate a new seedling when we replant it. So this will get thrown away. Here's another plant that's looking kind of funky. Everything will get thrown away. If anything looks like it could have signs of disease, and that doesn't mean that the seed's diseased or anything else is. If you have the wrong conditions for a plant, you will develop bacterial issues. And once the plants get it, they can spread it to other plants. So the best thing to do is just to toss the whole plant, toss the whole pot, throw everything away, soil everything, and start over with new seedlings. Then we have the Hatch Lumbre, which is twice the heat of a jalapeno. My favorite of the Hatch chilies. Really got a nice heat, good flavor. And then we have a bunch of Jay's Peach Ghost Scorpion. They're ready to go. More Jay's Peach Ghost Scorpion. And then we have Lemon Starburst. You notice these little Lemon Starburst in the front? We transplanted them recently. Like I said, the cold, wet weather made some plants get funky or weak and even died. Plus, we had rain leaking through our shade cloth heavily in some areas. Don't know why. Some areas more than others. Well, when the rain splashed down, it splashed the soil out of the seedling pots and killed the plants. So we had to repot them. That's why you see some smaller ones here and then the good sized ones there. Then we have the Lisa from the Ukraine, large sweet pepper, one of the sweetest in the world. New for this year in the catalog is Lotta Luton. It's a yellow serrano that was developed by the Chili Pepper Institute, New Mexico State University. Then over here we have some MOA Scotch Bonnet. We have plenty of those. And then we have Moruga Scorpion. Again, notice we have some real small ones in the front of the tray. And we want to move the small ones to the front of the tray so they get more sunlight and catch up to the bigger ones. But this was a tray. These 2 trays here got splashed by the rain. So if I know a rainstorm's coming, I'll move the trays in the areas that were getting splashed hard because I don't want them to get damaged by the rainfall. And you can see on these leaves here, the dirt that kind of splashed up onto the leaves. It just isn't a good situation. Nothing we can do. It's an outdoor nursery. Then we have some new Mex Big Gym. And you can see all the dirt that splashed around on the tags. This tray got hit heavy with the rain, so I had to replant like about half of it. We have another tray in the greenhouse though, which is a little further ahead than this one. But look at some of these varieties to be available third week of May, okay? We can't do anything about it. Next year we'll try to start 2 weeks earlier. And in order to protect the plants from the heavy rain and the cold weather, we're only going to grow 40 to 50 varieties for the nursery. That way, we can keep them under lights, safely in the garage or in the greenhouse. So this way, they won't get hurt by the elements and they'll grow faster. Here's an example of a Moruga Scorpion where you see how the dirt got splashed out of it. Not too bad. I'll just add a little bit of dirt and it'll be fine. But when that happens, it can kill the plant and destroy it. Then we have some orange Lisa from the Ukraine and Pimientos de Padron, the frying pepper from Spain. That's mild. And then the Pichadu. Pichadu is starting to take off. They're a Capsicum bacatum. They might be ready by the 10th. Then we have the Piranha pepper. Now the Piranha pepper, the JD Piranha, not JP Piranha, is my own Piranha. And you know what? No one has rights to the name, so I can call it Piranha. It's a cool name and I can use it. If you want to name something, get the trademark, get the rights to it, and then no one else can say anything. Otherwise, too bad. If I like the name, I'm going to use it. That's business. Sorry. Then we have some Primatali here. And then over here, we brought these varieties inside. What did we bring inside? I'm trying to remember now from memory. Oh, probably starts with a P. Well, oh, nope. These are starting with the R's and the S's. This over here are some Scotch Bonnets, regular Scotch Bonnets, which are similar to MOA Scotch Bonnets. So they're in the greenhouse because they didn't like the cold, wet weather. Then we've got some Scotch Brains. And then over here, Scotch Freeport Orange is in the greenhouse. We moved it out of the elements. Then we have some Shishito and some Sugar Rush Peach. Okay? Moving to the final racks over here. We have some Sugar Rush Stripey. You can see the rain splashed on them pretty good. Look at the hole in that pot right there. So, really difficult. We usually don't get cold, wet weather this time of the year, but we did. Pforzheimer Peach, Tiger Jalapeno, Trinidad Pimento, another no-heat seasoning pepper from the Caribbean, like Grenada Seasoning, except Trinidad Pimento is red. Trinidad Pimento is my biggest seed seller in Caribbean no-heat seasoning peppers. It's the biggest seller, most popular. Then over here we have white Moruga Scorpion. They're doing pretty good. We have multiple trays of that. We also have Weary Weary from Guyana, small round red pepper, about the size of a marble, good heat. It's in the greenhouse. They got transplanted. They were very small. They were one of our latest trays. Then over here we have Yellow Fever. They're looking pretty good. We got a bunch of them almost ready. Again, what I'll do today is I'll go through the trays, and if I see something like, you see this leaf here? I see something like this, I'll either pick the leaf off or I might just trash the plant because I don't want my customers to get a plant that might be getting sick. And again, they can get sick from cold, wet weather. It's not a good condition. It's a great condition for fungus and for weakening the plant. And when you got a weaker plant, you get sick, just like us. Then we got Zapotec Jalapeno, our favorite, most popular jalapeno. That's pretty much what we have here. Altogether, about 60 varieties we will be selling. Again, let me reiterate or go over it again. We will not, the two varieties that, or I should say 3 varieties that you will not see till probably third week in May are Chili Tapin. I didn't mention that earlier. That's the small, really hot firecracker, tiny Mexican pepper, Chili Tapin. They're small and they're slow growing. And Bikino White from Brazil and Ahi Amarillo from Peru. Those 3 varieties are going to be the latest varieties ready. Now this fish pepper over here, it looks like we might be able to get caught up on that with the ones inside. Let's take a quick peek inside, and then I got to go run some errands and do some other stuff. Turn the fan off so you don't hear the noise. Let's see. See, here's the Scotch Bonnets. And a couple of them look a little droopy, like those ones right there. And that's from, they didn't like that cold weather. It kind of shocked them. They did not like that at all. And here's some of my personal plants for my seed growing. Let's see. Got a lot of trays in here, a lot of trays. See, here's chili tapin. You see? They're only about that tall. They're very slow growing in the beginning. So it doesn't look like chili tapin will be ready till like the 3rd week of May. We'll keep them in the greenhouse as long as possible because it's warmer in here. And warmth makes the plants grow faster. Here's another tray of chili tapin. But look at how tiny that one is. That one's going to die, so I'll have to replace that. But look, they're not big enough to ship, folks. So, note to self, start chili tapin a little bit earlier next year than I did this year. I put it with the capsicum annuums, which are faster growing, but it's one of the slowest growing capsicum annuums. So I probably should have started it with the chinense. Okay? So I'll be potting up more backup plants over the next few days. That way when I start selling out, probably like end of May, I'll have more trays behind it on the popular sellers so we can keep going. So you guys aren't waiting. You know, in other words, everything will be ready end of May and more stuff will be coming up end of May and be ready. Greenhouse is getting a little warm. I don't know how warm it is right now. It's probably close to, yeah, it's 85 in here. It's about 72 outside. I need to water these seed trays. Here's the death spiral I was telling you about. And you can see the dirt underneath some of the leaves. That's from the rain splashing them. Okay? Other than that, the death spiral looked pretty good. I'm probably going to pot up another tray of death spiral today. I think I already have 3 ready. We're a small operation, folks. We might sell on our popular sellers. We might sell 100 and something plants of each top seller. That's how small we are. We're not that big as far as plant sales go. So, you know, it is what it is. We don't want to get bigger. Like I said, next year we'll drop from 60 varieties to 50 at the most, 40 at the least. We'll always have 40. And we might only be doing the plant sales for a few more years because it's a lot of work. I don't like transplanting thousands of plants. It gets tiring. And then making sure stuff doesn't die, keeping it protected from the weather, and getting it growing so it's ready to ship. And then the shipping part is complicated. So there's so much work involved in this. So it's, you know, I know a lot of you are anxious for your plants and you want your plants and you're sending me emails and messages. I can't go any faster. And this is my second year selling plants in Georgia. Transplanting went better because I did it all. But now the weather screwed me over. And I should have started a little bit earlier, but I was too busy with other stuff. So I wish I could do a lot better for you. I really do. But I'm only one person, and the people I had working for me for like 7 or 8 years back in California are not here. And they knew everything down to the last detail. I could just say, hey, go do this. And I wouldn't even have to leave the house to go see what they're doing. But now I have new people, and they're just learning. I mean, they're just learning. And they're hard workers and they're good workers, but they're just learning. So I can't, you know, all of a sudden make them be as good as someone who did it for 7 or 8 years. Can't happen. So that means me. And I'm not getting younger. So anyway, watch the whole video. Please share my channel. I'm trying to build on my channel. I'm going to be filming 2 cooking videos end of the week. And then there'll be some other surprise videos coming up. So please check in on the channel regularly, like and subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you can get notifications when new stuff comes up. You're going to be following my grow and my nursery much closer than any other previous year, and I hope you learn some things from it. Maybe you'll want to do a plant nursery, and then I can retire completely. Okay? Over there's the plug trays that we pull the plugs from. We may or may not do Facebook specials this year. If we do, it won't be till mid-June. I'm just telling you right now, because we got other stuff to take care of. So this is Jim Duffy of Refining Fire Chilies, www.superhotchilies.com. Please like, subscribe, and share. Take care.